this video is not like my typical videos on this YouTube channel, but I think it's really important, which is why I wanted to shoot this and share it with you. About 3 weeks ago, I had a post come through my LinkedIn feed from one of the folks I'm connected with and really respect in the e-commerce space. And it just struck a chord with me because I've gone through it and I felt compelled to answer. And I've had 3 weeks to really sit into that answer and been thinking a lot about it since and wanted to share with you my thoughts on it. So the question was, we have a client who is struggling with burnout and in a bit of a funk when it comes to motivation for pushing forward. I would love to hear from anyone who has suffered with this and got through it. Any and all recommendations are welcome. So if you're at that point or have been at that point at any point here over the last year or two where you just feel like, man, I just can't keep going with this thing in business or in life. If you're in a funk, if you don't know how to get out of it, I've got 6 things I wanted to talk about today on things that have worked for me. And I'm pretty sure, because I know a lot of people I've talked to in the entrepreneurial e-commerce game have been in funks here over the last little bit and don't know a way out and don't know what to do and questioning themselves. They're in a hole and they can't dig out. So we're going to dive into my take. Let's go. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. If you've been here before, or if this is the first time here, I typically cover a lot of Amazon FBA, e-commerce content, how to grow and scale a business. But you can't grow and scale a business unless you're right inside. And I think a lot of what's happened here over the last couple of years, if we kind of digest everything, it's been tough on entrepreneurs. And I think about it like a bottle, right? Where all these things that happen to us, we got to put fires out. We got to move on to the next thing. We don't have time to deal with it. We feel like we need to take action to solve problems. So COVID happens and the world gets turned upside down. What's going to happen to my business? Goes in the bottle. I got to figure it out. Turns out that COVID was really good for business, especially e-commerce Amazon businesses. So then you had the frantic, how do I get stock? And I'm out of stock and I got to get production and people are sick, so I can't ship stuff. Goes in the bottle. Then tariffs happen to make things a lot more expensive for your products. Goes in the bottle. I got to figure it out. I got to solve it. Then because of all the demand, shipping costs go crazy amidst all of this melee of being crazy busy and meeting up with demand. Goes in the bottle. I'll deal with it later. Then there's the boomerang effect. Pay-per-click costs go up. Product costs go up, margins get compressed, demand starts to go down. What the hell is going to happen with the economy? Bottle, bottle, bottle. And this bottle is really your central nervous system. It's capped and it's held somewhere and it's held inside of you. It's held in your core. It's held in your nervous system. It's in that channel, that tight channel that you feel it. But because you've been bottling it up, it has nowhere else to go. So the first thing for me, if you feel like you don't know what to do next, you're in a funk, you don't really have the willpower or even the wherewithal for what to do next. Step number 1 is you got to open up that bottle and you got to release it. Literally, physically, you've got to release it out of your nervous system. So I know this channel is made up of like an audience of like 80% dudes. Good to see you guys here. And the 10 to 20% of females here, appreciate you guys as well. You got to cry. I know it sounds kind of odd from a dude to a bunch of other dudes primarily watching this channel, but a lot of us don't cry. Sometimes people don't cry for years. And one way to release that tension physically is to sit in it, recognize what's happened. I like to just play my favorite music and sit on a couch and just let it flow through you. Don't dodge it anymore. Absorb it, process it, and then cry it out. Another thing you can do, which is also a little bit weird, and again, hopefully you guys kind of take this with a grain of salt, that I'm not like a hippie kumbaya guy, but grab a freaking pillow and scream into it. Let it all out. Other things that have worked for me, speak to a personal trainer on this. I don't want anybody to hurt themselves, but lift heavy shit. Do some deadlifts, do some squats, grab something heavy and freaking lift it. It puts pressure on your central nervous system and it has to get out somehow. If lifting weights isn't your thing, do something that's going to physically exhaust you. Go run for an hour and a half. Go on a hike that you haven't done before. Drain your body of its energy, and it's incredible what happens when you do any of those 3 things or all of the above. It releases from the body. And until you recognize it, process, let it go, and release it, it's going to be inside of you and it's going to be stuck and you're going to feel that tension. And you've probably been feeling it for years. The second is around forgiveness and pride. When I always look back on my past and things that I wish I could have done differently, the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, man, I wish I didn't do that. I wish I did do this. You've got to forgive yourself. I think about it like a younger version of myself. If you look back at your childhood, you didn't have the skills, the experience, the wisdom to deal with a lot of the things in the right way and make a lot of the right decisions that you should have made. Same as you a year or two in business. COVID had never happened before. Shipping things have never happened before like that. Tariffs, compression, demand shifts. We haven't been in a drawdown economy in almost a decade. So forgive yourself. You didn't have the knowledge, experience, or tools to deal with it back then. So don't fault yourself. Have some grace with yourself. Forgive yourself. On the counter to that, you should also be really proud. I'm reminded of a speech called Man in the Arena. I'm not going to recite it here, look it up on Google, but very few people even step into the arena to fight this fight of entrepreneurship, to build a business, to strive for something different, to step into the unknown, to deal with the pressures and stress and challenges that come with building a team, with building a business. So you should be damn proud of yourself. Despite the fact that you may be down on the dumps now, you're not really sure what the future looks like, look back at the past and thank yourself. Take pride in what you've done and built. Even if it's imperfect, who gives a shit? You should be proud. The third thing I like to do is get outside. In this modern world, we spend a lot of times in our offices, especially as entrepreneurs. We're inside looking at freaking LCD screens and spreadsheets and whatever else it is that we look at on our computers, not judging. You need to get out in nature. We're meant to be in tune with Mother Earth. We're meant to smell things. We're meant to breathe fresh air. We're meant to get our blood flowing in nature. So whether that's going to walk and get the mail, whether it's going for a hike, going for a run, I like to ski and mountain bike. Choose your modality, but you need to be getting outside every day. If you're stuck in four walls, your perspective is completely diluted and it's a less human experience than you're really meant to live. The next one is really kind of getting back to basics, and it's food, water, and supplements. You got to be putting good things in your body. If you're eating like crap, if you're eating junk food, if you're eating chips, if you're drinking freaking Cokes all day at your desk, you're going to feel like crap and your body's going to feel like crap, especially when you've got your central nervous system all tightened up and you haven't released it yet. I use Factor meals. I've tested all the different meal things because I'm not a good cook. I like it to be simple, so I order Factor meals. But whether you order food in or you cook healthy, just put good stuff in your body. Save a day of the week where you go destroy a pizza, have one day a week where you kind of go nuts. That's totally fine in moderation. But the vast majority of the time, 80-90% of the time, you should be eating good. Also drink water. You should be drinking at least 3 big bottles of water a day. It's funny, man. Like when I don't drink water, when I don't eat right, my system just isn't right. I'm physically not right. And then finally, look at some supplements. Athletic Greens is one that I take every day. Take some gut supplements. Do some research for you. Again, I'm not a doctor and or a physician, but those are things that work for me. The fifth one is really important, and it's about gratitude and peace. Again, when you're wound around the axle, when you're uncertain about the future, when you don't know what's next, when you don't know what the answer is, all that happens is anxiety and stress. You've got to look at the things that you've got going on in your business and in your life and be thankful for them. It could be the little things, but take an inventory every single day, ideally at the start and end of every day, and be grateful for what you've got because you probably have a lot to be grateful for. And with that comes an immediate peace. Just things seem to matter less when you're living in gratitude. The anxiety tends to dissipate. The fears about the future tend to go away. So gratitude and peace. The sixth is all about delegating and managing your energy. I look at life and work like a matchbook, and you've got a set amount of matches every day. How you decide to burn those matches and use your energy is going to dictate what happens and how you feel. If you're doing things that are energy detractors, that are taking away energy versus things that are adding to energy, you need to look at those things and you need to assess them, and you need to be really ruthless about it. Meetings you don't want to have, people you don't want to talk to, tasks that really take away from what you're good at. If you're spending your days and your time and your mental energy in those spaces, you're going to feel like crap. So take inventory of them, and there's a couple things that you can do. On a weekend, just kind of sit down on a Saturday and write all this stuff out. Can you automate it? Can you just say no to it? Are there meetings you just need to clear from your calendar? Or are there people that you need to hire and or train to offload those tasks? When you minimize those energy detractors on a daily basis, and the vast majority of things that you do are energy adders, your days tend to get better. You feel better. You feel more positive. You feel more progressive. And then the final one, and this is a big one, and again, I think it's very specific to entrepreneurs, especially in the e-commerce, laptop lifestyle work from home space, is you got to be able to ask for help, and you got to be able to tap into your network. The tough thing about this is a lot of your traditional family and friends don't really know what you're going through. A lot of them aren't entrepreneurs. They don't know what you have to deal with. They don't know the pressures. They don't know the stress. They don't know all those things that I talked about that have occurred over the last couple of years. So you've got to find people like you that are doing what you do, that you respect. And I guarantee you that if you reach out and just say, hey, I need to talk to somebody about some stuff, and you're somebody I trust, they'd be glad to help. I've been lucky enough to have a lot of people in the Amazon e-commerce space that I've met over the last couple of years. Danny McMillan's a good buddy of mine, and I hit him up and I'm like, dude, we gotta have a talk. And he's like, I got a safe space for you, man. My door is always open. So find those people. It could be somebody you met at a conference. It could be a friend in the e-commerce space, somebody you've connected with on Facebook. Don't be afraid to ping them. I guarantee they're willing to help. And if you don't have somebody like that, my email, I'm gonna leave it down below. It's hello@adamheist.com. Hit me up. I probably can't do a call with everybody, but let me know what you're going through. Send me an email, send me a Loom message, and at a minimum, I'll reply to your email, or I'll send you a voice message or a video message back. If you're really hurting, let's see if we can jump on a call. But don't be afraid to ask for help, and ask for help from somebody that you think has the context of what you're going through, because those are the ones that are going to be the most meaningful. And then I'll just close out with kind of a personal belief, and I think that if you kind of digest this, you'll probably agree. But good and bad things happen for a reason. We tend to think, the universe and all the rest of it, like good things happen or are a sign when I'm on the right path. But sometimes bad stuff happens too. And there's a reason behind bad things. There's a reason why you're in a funk. There's a reason why you don't know a way out. So find that reason and trust that there's a reason that it's happening. And I would also just say we've all been through challenges in life, in business. We've all had ups and downs, and you've always gotten through the other side. It's always worked out. Even when you didn't know a way out, even when you didn't know what the future was going to look like in your business and life, somehow on a long enough timeline, things shake out okay. But you can speed it up with the things I talked about in this video. Again, sorry for going through this. I know a lot of entrepreneurs and friends are. It's just commonplace given what's happened over the last couple of years. You're not alone. There's some things that you can do to make it better. And the brightest of lights always tend to shine when you go through the darkest of shadows. So I don't know who needed to hear this. Hopefully not many, but if you did, I hope that this helped in some way. Also, I was inspired a lot, not only by that LinkedIn message 3 weeks ago, but Ryan Daniel Moran, who's also been interviewed on this channel, made a post on a related vein about forgiveness and carrying resentment. I'm going to do a link, not to one of my videos this week, but do a link to his video. Check that one out next. It was really helpful. Amazing entrepreneur, not afraid to be vulnerable, and it takes a lot of courage to talk about this stuff. So I hope the rest of your week is awesome. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. It's going to work out. Watch this video, implement this stuff literally today and this week, and watch those skies start to open up for you. Hope you're well, and we'll see you next week.